Good evening and welcome to Voice of Sovereign Africa. Today, we bring you a key national address delivered by Burkina Faso's leader, a speech reviewing the year 2025 and outlining priorities for 2026. Here is the address.
Comrades fighting for freedom, sovereignty, and true independence, good evening. At the dawn of the year 2026, it is once again an honor for me to speak to you and present a comprehensive review of the year 2025, as well as the outlook for 2026. Before anything else, allow me to give thanks to God for all the blessings of 2025, and I continue to pray that 2026 will be better than 2025. Allow me also to pay heartfelt tribute to our brave fighting forces, the National Armed Forces, the volunteers for the defense of the homeland, and the internal security forces who watch day and night so that our homeland remains standing. I pray for the souls of all those who lost their lives in this fight against barbarism, and I wish a full recovery to all those who were injured physically or mentally in this war. The year 2025 was a year in which many projects were launched. In the defense and security sector, which is central to this struggle, significant efforts were made to recruit personnel across the various forces. Several training programs were also launched internally within our own armies, making it possible to create many specialized units that are doing remarkable work on the battlefield. In terms of equipment, 2025 saw the arrival of a large amount of heavy equipment, as well as strategic equipment that we deliberately chose not to publicly present. This equipment build-up will continue, and personnel reinforcements will also continue in 2026. The war will intensify, and our army will continue in 2026. Several training programs were also launched internally within our own armies, making it possible to create many specialized units that are doing remarkable work on the battlefield. In terms of equipment, 2025 saw the arrival of a large amount of heavy equipment, as well as strategic equipment that we deliberately chose not to publicly present. This equipment build-up will continue, and personnel reinforcements will also continue in 2026. The war will intensify, and our army will continue to grow in strength. These operations were conducted with great audacity. The enemy was crushed wherever our fighting forces advanced, and they continued to consolidate and expand their presence. Operations will continue to the limits of our borders to defeat this terrorist hydra that disrupts the peace of the Burkinabe people. The army will continue to strengthen, as will the internal security forces. A small adjustment will allow the VDP to project further forward to support other forces. This conflict has unfortunately created internally displaced persons who are still waiting to return to their villages. While reconquest continues, we undertook several humanitarian actions in 2025. We built temporary shelters for those hosted in certain villages. For those being resettled, we invested heavily in building schools, drilling wells, and developing land so they can return and live with dignity. We will continue this approach because we do not want returning populations to remain dependent on assistance. We want them to contribute, produce, and live with dignity. This is why the Ministry of Humanitarian Action works alongside other ministries to support internally displaced persons returning to their villages. This dynamic will continue, as many villages are being reclaimed even as I speak. Every villager who returns must be able to work and feed themselves. In the health sector, many efforts were made. Municipal medical centers were built in 2025, and this momentum will continue. Some are nearing completion, while others are just beginning construction. Equipping these centers will raise the quality of healthcare services for our population. Existing centers have seen improvements in laboratory and imaging capabilities. Healthcare services will continue to improve, benefiting our people as well as populations from neighboring countries. The number of foreign patients increased significantly in 2025, mainly due to our policy of lowering healthcare costs. We will continue this approach in 2026, including the laying of foundation stones for 9 new health centers, similar to the Pala Health Centers, Health Center. All these infrastructures will begin construction in 2026. In education, several projects were carried out, including the modernization of educational structures. New constructions will now go vertical, and 2026 will mark the effective start of implementing this model nationwide. We are transitioning away from an overemphasis on general education toward technical and vocational education. This transition is underway. Many technical and vocational high schools will be built and well equipped to meet the development needs of our country. For students, many university centers will open in 2026. Construction of amphitheaters and academic buildings has already begun, with some nearing completion and others finishing in 2026. Modernization of internet access and virtual education will continue. We have acquired servers dedicated to universities so students can access online libraries. Laboratories will also be strengthened, allowing students to combine theory with practice and gradually move toward productive, practical education. In infrastructure, major efforts were made. In 2025, 4 regions received road construction brigades. Additional earth-moving and paving equipment arrived. In 2026, 4 more regions will receive road construction brigades, marking the effective start of building many national and departmental roads, in addition to planned highways. Brothers and sisters, 2025 was a strong year for agriculture and livestock. We set clear objectives. Rainfall was favorable, and production targets were exceeded in several areas. Food self-sufficiency, a daily struggle, was achieved in 2025. We will continue investing in agriculture by purchasing machinery, offering free or heavily subsidized plowing, subsidizing inputs, and providing high-quality seeds developed by our researchers. As land is reclaimed, we will quickly develop it so returning populations can farm peacefully and increase production. We also encourage small and large-scale processing, as production will continue to grow. We created AMBA to build water reservoirs in every village, enabling multiple growing seasons per year. Fish farming is expanding with floating cages installed on reservoirs, increasing national fish production. We hope that by 2026, we will significantly reduce freshwater fish imports. Livestock efforts will continue through improved feed production and vaccination campaigns. These actions support food self-sufficiency. In the economic domain, 2025 was a productive year. Our economy is performing well at the macro level. When we access regional financial markets, we consistently exceed expectations, reflecting strong confidence in Burkina Faso. We will continue reforms in taxation, customs, and digitalization to reduce fraud. We aim for a healthy economy with structured investments and reduced administrative operating costs. Domestic infrastructure construction and energy and water initiatives will generate economies of scale and support growth. Mining revenues, now increasingly under national control, should significantly boost GDP in 2026 and help Burkina Faso move toward emerging economic status. In culture, we continue returning to our roots and values. By combining technical education with indigenous knowledge, we can innovate locally and reduce imports. Our values of honesty, integrity, dignity, and patriotism must be taught from early childhood. Many cultural events took place in 2025, and more are planned for 2026. These initiatives aim to form a new Burkinabe citizen, free from corruption and committed to the nation above all else. Industrialization progressed in 2025 with new processing units supported by the state and public banks. The year 2026 will see even greater industrial growth. In sports, investments continued, including stadium construction and regional sports facilities to promote youth health, productivity, and cohesion. We wish success to all national teams, especially the Stallions. Justice remains a priority. No nation develops under injustice. In 2025, the justice system was restructured and will continue to evolve, integrating traditional conflict resolution methods. In 2026, local tribunals will be deployed to resolve disputes amicably. We also began reintegration programs allowing prisoners to contribute to national development. Digitalization of justice services will continue, ensuring equitable access nationwide. Digital transformation is central to fighting corruption. Data centers are being built, services dematerialized, and citizen service centers will open in 2026 to help those unfamiliar with technology access public services. Administrative reforms continued, including territorial governance restructuring to ensure development starts in villages. A new local governance code will be fully implemented in 2026. Diplomatically, Burkina Faso shines globally. We welcome sincere partners who respect our sovereignty and dignity. We will not accept external imposition. To the diaspora, we thank you for your patriotism and invite you to return and invest securely in your homeland. At the confederal level, Burkina Faso continues to carry its responsibilities and will honor its commitments. Comrades, I commend all workers, farmers, soldiers, educators, healthcare workers, and communicators who fought imperialism through truth and information. Communication is a decisive factor in every struggle. For skeptics, I invite you to look back and compare where we were a few years ago. Join the movement. Burkina Faso will prevail. Terrorism will be defeated. In 5 years, the country will be transformed positively for our children and future generations. I urge everyone to redouble efforts so that 2026 is better than 2025. Long live Burkina Faso. Long live our homeland, free, dignified, upright, and prosperous. Happy New Year 2026. The homeland or death we shall overcome.